Okay, hello teacher, this is the evidence 2 and survival manual at UPTEX. And in this video we will talk about sometimes tips and tricks that could be useful for the learner now to overcome some obstacles at the school. We will tell about some experience and we hope that they will help you so that you don't make mistakes and survive. Um, I don't know how to start. Do you remember our first integrative project to chambita.com?
Sorry, my microphone don't work so well, but yes, I remember that it was a very good project, but the teachers didn't let us finish it.
Well, as a context, in the second quarter, we start with the elaboration of the integrated project, and the idea is that it be a project that will be carried out in all of following quarter, and it must be creative, innovative, and realistic idea of a product or service.
We start to come up with the idea of an application that will help people find work without having to have a very advanced studies. For example, if a person had carpentry skills, they could offer their service through the application and someone could hire them. We call it tuchambita.com.
So we worked on it all the second quarter, and we still had some doubt about how it all works, but it also seemed very good to us, and we were enthusiastic. But for the third quarter, a group of teachers evaluate the profitability of the project, and through presentations we explaining the idea, what materials we use, what our income will be like, and in a general specific way try to convince us. So it was convinces the teachers, and that is a project stable. And apparently on Sunday project is it's good, but I was not a source in commons, and so it was not very stable, and so they canceled it and to chambita.com. We had to look for another project which is Tuna.
With the experience of presenting to chambita.com, the truth was that we were able to better define Tuna, which is the project of personalized designs on t-shirts, but with artisanal techniques. When we present ourselves to the teachers, we were sure that Tuna was and is a perfect project. Not only in the economically, but also in social.
The idea is they don't get discouraged by small setbacks. Always try to learn as much as possible for them and stay strong.
In terms of the project, do not disappear or stress. Do something that you are passionate about and make it stable so that you can work on it with pleasure. Yes, it was an experience, but if you see it on positive side, we are capable of anything.
Okay, I still remember an embarrassing situation that happened to me in semester zero. The first day of classes, I was really a little late since classes began, the public transport began to be full. So it took me a while to get a place on the transport. So I arrived late and combined with the nervous and being the first day of school, where you have the mind that you are going to start a new stage with new friends and subjects. I went with the pretense of belonging to the group one as I was in high school. So I started in that group during the first class and when passing honors until the time came when the teacher began to take assistance and it wasn't in it. So I had to check again and realize that I really belong to the group too. I recommend is that you always have to be calm and get used to the changes that are coming.
Oh, Manuel, I don't know whether to laugh or cry. I will be very sorry if that happens to me.
It's funny, Manu, but it's very right. In the face of many problems, you have to try to stay calm because finally the road is ready.
Well, my turn. I remember once when I was in quarter zero, my English teacher gave us 5 minutes to go to the cafeteria to eat. My friends and I took 15 minutes to arrive. When we asked her to come, she said no. She said no, and that day was the final exam for the semester, and we were left with those 15 no 50% of the arrive early to my class, and apart from that, it felt very bad because when the teacher came out, she started scolding us all, and she always very good to everyone, and it was fair for me to be for for her class. We apologized, but she was very angry. So the next day, we bought to some cookies.
Oh my God, it's a obligatory. But I think you learn from that mistake and you are not late anymore. In my case, when I entered the quarter zero, I remember that the first day of the school, it was easy for me to leave my house late because it took me 10 minutes to head to the school. So I arrived at the school 5 minutes before class start. I didn't know which the classroom was mine, even though the wards, sorry, the wards had explained into me. At the moment, I feel pressure because I couldn't find my room and enter the classroom next to mine. Until I realized my classroom it was some else, and luckily I go to my class on my time. Tip: on the first day of the school, if you don't which classroom is your, try to arrive early. You will about ridicule and embarrassment.
All of they try to arrive here. I can also be a good opportunity to meet people, Dalia, and you can start the conversation by asking the localization. And it is also highly recommended to make friends with older people or be close the teacher, because you can ask question, answer a question, or ask for help.
I had a rarely experience. Okay, when I was starting the quarter zero, after the classes began, I went to the university to process a constancy to my service, my medical service, but I did some adjustments. I I I had a problems with this Constance, and do you remember Julio, one of the school service secretaries? So uh, he helped me to tramit the document, and he went with me to all the university to find someone that's seeing my paper, my constancy. And oh my god. And when we found the person, and she is the she sings, we returned to the school service, and he said me goodbye with a kiss in in my cheek. And also he say, I will be here for you, anything you need. Um, Time later, he left to the school. The moral: you don't need to fall in love with the boy from the school service.
Oh my god, Aurora. How look you out. I still remember that boy. He was very handsome, very, very, very handsome. It, it hurt that he's no longer in the school. I would like to see him again.
And I think it's a good point, but not exactly negative. It has something that's helped a lot in terrorists is knowing how to communicate with many people.
No.
Well, I think that all from our side. We hope that our experience serves you and take our advice into account. Thank you for listening to us, and you can look for us for more advice.